Hey Stampers, Gainer again. I said I would come back and do, you know the big box we did about 2 weeks ago? I've sussed out and done 2 small ones. This is 6 by 6, so cute, but my paper is starting to tear. But isn't that cute as a button? I love it. Perfect. You could put some chocolates or I know a lady was, Debbie I think it was, she'd made a few of these, and I'm having the same problem, babe, at the back. When you open the box, it's perfect, and I've glued it perfect in the corners. But because it's pushing against the side, it pulls out at this back end for some reason. So it's not yours. They all do it, my darling. But when it's open, it's perfect. So, and what I did with this one, I slightly trimmed before I added it, instead of trying to do it like I was last time, and that way I don't get jagged edges. So I literally took 1/8 of an inch off the top before I slid my other box inside. So I've added flowers and butterflies on this one, stripes and love hearts on this one. I'm going to do the 9 by 9 one with you, which gives you this box, which is 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 by 2 by 2.5, sorry. Also a good size box. I haven't put any decorations on the top because it's entirely up to you how you decorate then. So I'm going to show you how I do the 9 by 9. If I get a chance, I'll do the 6 by 6 as well, but please don't, I can't rush. I've got my papers cut for both, and I've scored, but I will show you where to score on the scoreboard. So let me get the 9 by 9 papers. So these again are going to be slightly different. This is going to be, oh no, they're going to be the same, but the flowers are slightly paler on this one because I only get 2 sheets of each. Or we could have butterflies on the outside and polka dots on the top. But the way you score your card, because we're going to be folding our score lines the way we, oh no, we don't do these, that's right, because we have to fold them this way. That's right. So let me get the scoreboard just to show you. For the 9 by 9 on the lid, you need to score at 1 1/4 and 2.5 on all 4 sides. And that's how you do that one. And for these, you put one down this way, because that's going to be on the inside. And you score at 2.5 and 6.5 and spin it around. And 2.5. Oh, I've got a, oh, that's why that one won't, oh, well, that's a good job I did that, innit? So you score at 2.5, sorry. So I got an extra score line in there now. And 6.5. Oh, why has that gone off? Aye, get in the corner. So I was right. Don't worry about the extra score line. You can turn this over and you can just basically scrape it out. Let me just, I tell you what, the end of my Tombow will suffice. So you can just go over them, get rid of it, squash it down. Better if you don't do it on here, like, but you need to do it on one side and then flip it for the other side. So you've got score lines on, because of the way you're folding your papers. So 2 of them you score at 2.5 and 6.5. And 1 of them you score at 1 1/4 and 2.5 on all 4 sides. You're just basically rubbing out that score line where I made a boo-boo. Gainer makes plenty of them. So, there we go, that's better. So, this is, because of the way your score lines go, this is the way you fold. Don't be so rough. I can't be rough with this paper at all because it's it's thick, it's really thick, and that's when you get that breaking and cracking if you do it too rough. So I'm just gonna burn these nice and gently. So this is the inside of my box. So what we do with the inside, we take away the score line, because it's got to go inside your box. So take away the score line and take away this score line. Because this is in the inside, we're not making a box, it's the liner. So take away this score line and take away this score line. You can keep those and make little mats for a 3x3 card or a 2.5x2.5. So which one? That one's my score line now. Because this is going on the inside, you're not going to make a box. I made one earlier and totally cocked up all the measurements. I did the 3x3 and ended up with a big, huge, massive thing like that, and it's really too deep. And that was, look, it cracks my paper as well. So practice, practice, practice. So remove the score lines. I got a bit of glue on my finger and remove that score line as well. So this is going to sit like this now on the inside of your box. And then you've got to remove the score lines though. Look at that, I left a little bit on. It needs to close perfectly. Because we don't want an untidy box. So it just helps these. So when we put that on the inside of our card, we can then glue this on the bottom and lift the flaps up on the inside and glue them inside. So keep those for another project. Now this is the box. This is the way this is going to get folded. Is that right? Yeah. So I'm just being gentle with mine again. I think I was just rushing and I always score really heavy-handedly. Don't mean to. So now with these, we're going to cut up the score line this time. And we're going to notch. On both sides. So we're going to do this side now, up the score line. And notch. Turn it all the way round. Don't do this side. And cut up. And notch. Last one. And congratulations, Sam, if you're watching, on moving your husband's job extending. Well done, sweetheart. Another 3 years, I believe, for you. So now we're going to glue these. And we're going to get perfectly tidy edges there then. That's sweet. Nice little deep box. But deep, 2.5 inches is well deep enough. So, I'm going to keep my scissors out and grab my Tombow. And I'm going to glue these sides in. I'm going to do them one at a time because they're so big, giving me perfect corners. I'm just going to, once I know it's in place. Now these are a little bit longer if you look. So if you want, so they don't get too bulky on the inside, you can take a snip of that flap off and then they're not so much overlapping on the inside, because we don't want too much bulk because we're adding a liner as well. So line up your edges and just stick that down. See what I mean about the overlap? So So if you could, like I'm saying, just grab one of your scissors, take the flap off, because that way then when it's glued it's not got too much bulk on the inside. So I'm just going to glue and get that perfect corner. Last flap now. And there's my other little perfect corner. Isn't that lovely? Push down. I think once you've had a bit of practice at this, it becomes so much easier. So now our liner is going to go, just going to do a little test run to make sure that fits in there perfectly. And there it does. So I'll pull that back out. Oh, what I'm going to do first, like I was saying, because we're trying to force something inside something else and glue it together, it looks perfect on the outside, but then you've got that little fraction. It's going to lift it slightly when you put it inside the box. So, like I'm saying, I am removing about 1/16 of an inch, that much on all 4 flaps. Just saves me doing it while it's in the box. And last but no means least, see what I mean? I might got a little bit of score line left there. You don't need those little bits. So this is going to fit lovely now. So we're going to glue this down. You don't need loads of glue here. It's just and what I did, don't do what I did and not do it with the lid on, because I then squoze that tight that it squoze out all over my hand. So this is a nice flat edge and it's giving me that contact on the inside, so I can push this right into the corners. And there it is, and there's that tiny little fringe, see? There's still a little bit poking up on that one and that one. Maybe I should have taken a little bit more, but it's easier to do it beforehand and trying to do it whilst it's in the box. Do you know what I mean? So I could have could take a little bit more of that. So now we're going to glue it. I'm going to leave this one for the back. So I'm going to glue the other sides in. And I'm going to use my bone folder this time. And I'll push them right into them corners. So we've got the same colour on the inside as the out. You don't need a lot of it. Again, it's just to keep it secure. Push into them corners. Nice and neat. Like I'm saying, I'm using that for my back. So that one's already sticking itself down for some reason. So this is going to be my back flap now. Or have I got another one to go? No, I've glued those all down now. So this is my back flap, so I'm going to leave that for a moment. Now we're going to come back to the lid. So we are going to cut up both score lines. Remove the score line on this side. Remove the score line here. And then trim up the sides. Notch them out. And again, you're going to do that at these ends and then flip to do those ends. So cut up. Snip past, just a little bit past that score line, because you want to remove this score line. Oh, I've just cut it all off. Oh my word. Well, don't worry about that. This is going to be the back of the box now. So, oh my word. Do not do what I just did. I bet you're laughing now. Don't worry. It's easily rectifiable. Because this bit is going to get tucked into the back of there now anyway, so. Whew. I know, silly sausage, aren't I? I'm thinking I'm just doing the bottom bit again. So don't do it on this one, Gainer, for God's sake. You'll never glue your box down. Oh, I can't even see the score there. There you go. I'll remove that one. And that flap. And then notch. Oops. Notch to the corner as well. Oh, flipping big boo-boo there. But I can rectify that and show you how as well. So when we fold these in now, we're going to attach just the one side there and both sides here. And it will, trust me, it'll work, I promise you. So make your corners. This side is going to get cut down anyway, so. And it would have helped if I'd have burnished. So. I'm going to burnish this one first. It looks a bit skew-iff now, doesn't it? So where did I... There it is, that's the one I've glued. So now I'm going to pop those in there and make that box. And this side. Oh, it's getting late, that's what it is, it's getting late. I'm going to get my ends perfect. Making sure. They stuck nice and down. Would help if I had burnished all my score lines first. Right, now attach this corner. You ever seen anyone make such a pig's ear of something? So, that's better. Using my bone folder now. Press down. So we're going to glue. I'm going to leave this one open. So we're going to glue 3 of these sides down now. So I'm just going to tuck my flaps in and glue them down. I'll show you in a sec what I've just done. So we've glued the flaps on the inside. So we're going to do the same with this one. Fold them in on themselves because it's a reinforced lid and box. And we're going going to fold this into there because that's where those two flaps are for keeping the front of the box closed. So basically you only need 3 sides anyway. We are now going to cut up this side. And that is going to be our flap to go inside here. And I'm going to take a slither off here as well because I want to make sure it goes all the way down. So that's going to sit right there on the back of that, and then we're going to glue it all together. Good save, good save, good save. So now I'm going to glue this bit. You could use tear and tape. I prefer glue because when you've got to wiggle stuff into place. So I'm just going to line that in there. Glue that down. Don't want to be gluing too far down that your sides aren't hanging over. That's better. So basically, so when you close this, I need to glue that in a place. Making sure you get right in at the corners because you don't want nothing sticking up. So now it's really close to the back of the box, but when you close the lid then it does poke out, I'm afraid. You know, there's nothing we can do about that. You can just try pushing it along. But we're just going to put a deer art in a flap down now. Where my glue wants to come out. I think what it is, I'm concentrating so much on so many different elements. And this was where that paper was slightly above, remember? But I'm sorry about that bit at the back. They all do it, I'm afraid. So, but when your lid is up, it doesn't look like it's doing any damage whatsoever. But there we have it. There's that 9x9 reinforced little box. Oh, look at that. But it looks good at the front. That's the main thing. So that's the 9x9. Let's see if we've got time to the 6x6 now. Your lid, this is going to be the outside. So you need to score it on the inside at 3/4 and 1.5. Turn and do it on all 4 sides. This way you need to do this at 1.5 and 4.5, flip it 1.5 and 4.5, and then you do the same that way. One has to go one way, one has to go the other. So this is going to get folded. This is going to be the outside of my box. So I'm going to make sure this time that I burnish all my score lines. And this is the inside of the box. See what I mean about the little... I'm a really heavy-handed scorer and I should learn to calm it down a little bit. But because this is going on the inside, you're not going to see any of that. So, cut these flaps and make sure to cut away the score line again. All the way around. Because this is the inner liner. So we've removed the score lines on both sides. Just about see them. And it's all basically exactly the same. I'm going to try and do it before my camera dies a death. There we go. Oops. So that's the inner liner. Just making sure, because if you don't cut away the score lines like that, when you come to fold your paper in then, it needs to be square. So I can still see a bit of score line on there, see it's overhanging. So it doesn't overhang. So you can check that all round. So you got a little. So there's the inner liner. I think my little one went up a lot faster than my other one, so it's cut up a notch. I nearly chopped it off again then. A notch, notch, notch. Flip it right round. Notch, a notch. I will put the measurements and the score lines on the blog, and I'll try and do some templates as well when I remember. I'm so terrible at trying to keep up with my blog. I'm awful. So pull the flaps in, add the glue. And bring their corners together. Making sure they're nice and square. Perfect. So glue these sides as well. Oh, Georgie, can you send me that link, my darling, the one we were talking about the other night for the glue? Thank you, my darling. That would be great, because I've even forgotten what it's called. I got head like a sieve. But I know you all, a few of you said, if you please make a smaller version of this box, please post it. So there's the inner box. We're going to make sure this fits. And cut the sides. See what I mean if you don't get it right in the corners? See how I mean when it's overlapping as well? So remove that. It's easier to cut it whilst it's out of the box than it is to try and cut it when it's in. And now it doesn't want to come back out. Oops, there we go. So I'm going to trim a little fraction off these as well. And we're going to just glue that back in. Actually, even I take it you don't really have to put that much in, because it's going to be glued down the sides as well. Don't make the mistake I did. And just this pushes it right into the corners. Fabulous. Because it's a square bottom. So look, isn't that cute? So I'm going to glue my sides on now. go round and do 3. This would make a lovely jewellery box, you know. So just burnish those closed, push them into the corners, and we're going to leave this flap open. We're ready for our lid. So don't do this what I just did again. So pick your sides. So cut up, remove a flap, remove, and flag, bit here, mite at the ends. I want you getting 2 boxes off me, 2 different sizes, all in one project. It's not bad, is it? Right, now flip and repeat. Don't chop off any of the ends. I bet you're all having a good laugh. I was giggling inside, but crying on the outside. No, joking. But these little boxes are so sturdy, but make, like I say, you could put a nice little cushion in there with a nice bracelet, or you could send some scented candles. You know, I'm not going to decorate the boxes because we decorated the big one. And you can add all sorts of decorations to these. So there we go. And again, you forgot to burnish again. So you can do this before we glue. So right, let's get rid of these bits. Love my little tin. Love it. So let's burnish these. Not too rough. I'm so rough-handed. And look how cute this one is. See what I mean? It's starting to crack. I'm so rough. I don't know. I don't mean to be this rough. So last but not no means least. There we go. So we're going to glue down the flaps, add them on the inside, and we're going to cut away. I'm going to put my large scissors away for that now. Fetch out the little one. Right, gluing away. I tell you what, I'm going to use my fast fuse just for quickness. These are going to get tucked in anyway, so you're going to square off the ends. How quick is that? Sorry, I'm off camera. What am I doing? Too close to my own self. So where the flaps are, you need to glue those down. Sorry about being off camera then. You see me do. I'm going to pull these back just for a second so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to add fast fuse on this flap. And we're going to tuck it inside and burnish it down. Same with this one. Tuck it inside and burnish it down. So we're going to just do one more side. Right, get right into the corners. Now with this one, we're just going to cut up to the sides. No, I don't think we need to chop this off, this one. Or maybe just a fraction. So I'm just going to, only half the panel. And I'm going to add fast fuse on here. And then I'm going to attach this. Let me just miter them at ends. You're not going to see those behind that panel. So it sits right in there. And then I'm going to have to glue this little bit. How fast was that? Our little box head is now in place. Oops. And there we have it. Sorry about these back flaps, they do that for some reason. You are trying to force 4 lots of piece of paper inside itself. So there we are, I'm done. There's my little 6x6 piece of card. So this box measures 3 by 3 by 1.5. So that's that one. And there's the one we've just done. This is the 2 we did earlier. So I'm laden with boxes and they will stack inside each other until you need them. There we go. Ta-da! If you enjoyed, please give a thumbs up. If you thought they were a washout, then just don't bother. I made so many boo-boos on this one. I do apologise. But I did say I'd show you the boxes in the smaller sizes. So, there we are. Hope you like them. Give them a go. These could be for hand creams or homemade soaps. And this could be for jewellery. You could even go again, I suppose, 4x4 and make a little ring box as well. Oh, but don't ask me to do that one, because I'm not. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Bye.